and me just getting a little cozy over here. Hello, hello, hello. If it's your first time here, then welcome to Sharon Shares ASMR, where I normally make videos about my travels around the world and language learning videos and other fun stuff. But for a lot of you, this is the video you've been waiting for, and it is finally here. Woohoo! So today I am doing an answering your questions video, aka a Q&A. Thank you to everyone who submitted a question in my anonymous survey that was posted. So thank you, thank you, thank you. This video is obviously possible because you guys asked me the questions. It looked like there were some duplicate questions on there, so I won't be answering the same question 3 times, but otherwise I'm excited. Let's get in. What color socks do you currently wear? Are they matching or odd? Most people wear odd nowadays, and I need to prove it. Like, prove what I'm wearing. I didn't know people wore odd socks nowadays. I am wearing matching socks, and I will prove it to you. Okay, you can't. Let me just take them off. And not only are they matching socks, but they are extra matching socks because they are each half of a dog's face. See? More specifically, a pug. Because pugs are cute. And yes, I am aware that these socks look tiny. It's because I do have tiny feet. So, yes, I do wear matching socks. I don't think that I could feel calm wearing non-matching socks, but that's just me. I'm gonna put these back on. What first got you into ASMR? Well, I'm glad you asked. Because, yes, a lot of you know me from Jubilee, but before that I did know a tiny bit about ASMR. Like, I knew it existed. I had seen a couple videos, and I think it was just, I came across it because I was looking at, like, relaxation stuff or whatever. It might have been just like some trending thing popping on YouTube for me. And so one of the first videos I've ever seen was actually from GB ASMR, and it was a review of an MRE, which is a meal ready to eat. And I remember being like, oh, that's like really tingly. Like, what is this? So I knew it existed. I didn't really start getting into ASMR until I was featured on Jubilee, and on that fun little episode. And for those of you who are totally lost about Jubilee, Jubilee is a company that has a YouTube channel that does like fun social experiment videos sometimes about interesting situations. So I was on one of their videos where judges had to determine who was an expert, amateur, fraud in the ASMR industry. And at the time, I didn't really know anything about ASMR. I certainly never 100% is because of the Jubilee video that I created an ASMR channel. One reason is because I just really didn't know much about ASMR prior to Jubilee, so I couldn't have known that was something I wanted to do. And the other reason is after that Jubilee video came out, so many people commented and reached out to me asking me to start a channel, and I didn't realize like people liked my ASMR that much until after that video. So then I was like, let's give it a shot. Next question, also about Jubilee. How did Jubilee recruit you for their ASMR video? So I actually have a whole video about how I got to be featured on Jubilee if you want to get into the full details, but I can give you a nice little summary story in a nutshell. Basically, I was a fan of Jubilee's YouTube channel beforehand, so I signed up for their newsletter because I just like to see their new videos coming out and everything. And in one of their newsletters, they were looking for someone to be in that ASMR video. So I applied, went through an interview process, and then bada boom, bada bing, ended up getting selected. Do you have any tattoos? If so, do they have any specific meaning? And then in parentheses, this person wrote, I always wanted an ankle tattoo, but too scared, lol. Can you show any? Well, I hope I don't disappoint, but I do not have any tattoos. Not a single tattoo on my body. I've just never been interested in a permanent tattoo. However, I love fake or temporary tattoos. Love them. Have a whole bunch of them. And I think it's just, I love having choices and options, right? So I could just go out and boom, put on a tattoo for the day. And half of the time people will think it looks real anyways. And the other half, it's just a fun kind of like fashion choice, I guess, for me. So yeah, I am a fan of tattoos, but just the temporary ones. But they do have like some pretty solid temporary tattoos these days. Like there is one company that I can't think of at the moment that does like tattoos that look realistic even though they're fake and they last for like weeks. So you know, you can still get the best of both worlds. Ooh, I really like this question. If money were no object, what kind of ASMR video would you like to make, and where in the world would you film it? Love this question, and I'd have to say if money were no object. Also love that this person asked where in the world I'd film it, because that means you know it would be definitely somewhere unique that I haven't been. So I would just make it the most relaxing luxury vacation video. So that would even start from the flight. Like I would take, you know, one of those like crazy expensive flights where a seat costs like $60,000 one way, where you get like, you know, a bed and a lounge and like it's like a double decker with stairs and a bar, like the whole 9 yards, right? And I would film that experience. Even get like gourmet meals on this flight. Who knows, maybe they even offer massages. So it would just be like a whole experience of showing people what it would be like to have like a little taste of luxury. And I would take my flight to Dubai, which is known for being one of the most luxurious places, I think, in the world. I've personally never been to Dubai, but from what I've read about it and seen, like, you know, I would then get like a hotel that, you know, is a giant suite or whatever, and just like tap around all these places be fun, and maybe even a little more realistic, is basically taking the collaborations that I've been doing with other ASMR YouTubers from different parts of the world and actually visiting them and maybe spending like a day with them giving me their tour, and we would just like go on this adventure together and show you and try to make it relaxing. But I think that could be cool too, to kind of bring those travels more to life from different perspectives. Do you have pets? I have one black cat. His name is Pants, and he is the sweetest cat. Loves cuddles. You may or may not see a video with him in the future. But before him, I had like guinea pigs, and I had fish, so pretty like, oh, and I had a pet rat, so pretty like much smaller pets. Do you play any video games? Why, yes, in fact, when I was much younger, I used to be like really addicted to video games, where it probably was not healthy. And the games I used to play when I was younger, like, was ranged from Neopets, which is super like cute and, you know, nice, to like Counter-Strike, like first-person shooter games, and even to like Toontown. Oh my gosh, I was obsessed with Toontown as well. And in terms of like somewhat recent games I've been playing include like Valorant and League of Legends, Overcooked. Oh, there was a really good story game I played. It was a horror game though, so it was very intense and a little scary. It's called Until Dawn. That one was really good, but like I definitely was like nervous playing it the whole time. Sometimes I just like to play these scary games because I like to fight through my fear. And I probably would play more video games, but honestly, I spend my time more so making YouTube videos. Okay, this person asked, what's your brother's name? Because it's driving me mad whenever I watch a video with him. That's fair, that's fair. My brother's already been in two of my videos, and you can just call him Frodo. Frodo, that's his nickname. Frodo. When he was younger, he looked like Frodo. That's what everyone said, like Elijah Wood. But I would be curious to know if you guys think he still looks like Frodo or not. So, let me know. But yeah, my brother is the best. I'm super close with him. He is, I don't know, just so supportive. So, yeah. What are your favorite movies? Okay, movies is tough for me because I'm more of a like TV show lover than a movie lover. But a classic movie that I've just loved since a child is Matilda. Matilda. I don't know why. I don't know if it's the magic aspect of it, or because in that one scene when Matilda was with her parents and her parents were holding this like stick of like marshmallows or something, and it just looked so delicious. Like I really, really wanted to eat that. Yeah. Oh, and another movie that I really like is Ella Enchanted. Ella Enchanted. And also on a completely different side of movie genres, I really love futuristic dystopian movies like artificial intelligence. I know these movies are older, so I'm really curious that if I went back to watch them, if I would still like them or not, you know, so just don't judge me too harshly on this. But I would like to share some of my favorite TV shows because I feel like that's more characteristic of what I like. So I would say TV shows. I really love Killing Eve, which is a show about a serial killer who's really likable though, kind of. I don't know, it's like dark humor. And oh, you probably already know this. This is my favorite show in the world is Avatar: The Last Airbender. And if you already know this, then it's because you saw the video of me interviewing a couple of voice actors from the show. Another show I really like is The Queen's Gambit. It's just really smart. Like, it's a smart show and intense, and yeah, I like it. Out of all the trips you've taken, which one was your favorite? This is a tough one because I love everywhere, but I'd have to say that Japan is probably my favorite so far. It is just a completely different culture and world than I've experienced before. It was also the very first time I'd ever been to Asia. I just loved it. The food is so cute. The people are cute. Just the technology is like, whoa, it's so unique. As a tourist who was there 2.5 weeks, loved it. Fantastic. Would recommend for sure. I'm a planner too, so I wrote out a nice little list, did a ton of research of all the places before going. What's the most memorable place you've ever traveled to? I mean, of course Japan was memorable, but since I want to pick a different place for this question, I would say New Zealand would be the most memorable because I can't forget how I drove for the very first time on the other side of the road, and that was in New Zealand, and it was scary. And I remember also that their speed limits were really, really slow. On the good side of it, I think it was my most adventurous trip I've ever done because I went water rafting for the first time. I was rappelling down into an abyss for the first time. I was spelunking through this cave for hours where I get to see glowworms by the end of it. Like, it was a lot going on that trip, and I loved it. Oh, and I went sandboarding for the first time too. That was cool. So a lot of first in that island. Which countries would you like to visit? Well, I would love to visit everywhere at some point, but if I had to choose, like maybe in the near future, I would love to see Greece or Spain or Taiwan. Those are a few that have been on my mind. Especially like Greece is like architecture so unique. Spain, they have siestas there, and I'm all about that nap life. Taiwan, I heard, is similar to Japan, so that sounds pretty cool. Just traveling is so fun. Now, to a random question. Did you ever get your wisdom teeth out? If so, was it fast to fall asleep at the dentist? Well, I wonder if this question is being asked because this person is getting their wisdom teeth out soon. If so, you got this. You got this. And yes, I did get my wisdom teeth out. I got all, 4 of them back on even sure if you've ever mentioned this, but are you currently studying at college or do you have a job? Really curious, smiley face. If you're not comfortable answering this, feel free to skip and give me a good book recommendation instead. Just wanted to thank you for putting in the effort to film a video every time. Hope you're doing well. Thank you so much. Lovely, lovely, lovely question. I currently have a job. I did go to college and graduated, but I currently have a job. I won't be sharing what that job is just because, you know, the internet can be a scary place to share those details sometimes. But I also would like to give you a good book recommendation. And it's actually going to be a graphic novel. Nimona. It is super cute, fun, adventurous, hilarious book. Let me get it. I have it. This is the book I'm talking about. So, this is the book Nimona. Would recommend. This is the art style. And it's just a really lighthearted, fun adventure book, so yeah. If you read it, let me know. Okay, hi Sharon. I'm curious as how you juggle making such high-end ASMR videos while also working a job. Do you find free time within your schedule? Thank you so much, first of all, for appreciating my content. I appreciate you. It's a great question because I know that it can be really tough to have a consistent YouTube schedule because I do have a job on top of it. Sometimes it definitely is tough to juggle, so I try to make a plan ahead of time and I list out like video. I have like a whole section where I list out video ideas, so that way there's always something I can kind of look forward to. Usually I film on weekends, which is when I'm not working, but I would say the toughest part is I like to film now in the daytime more than night, and apparently a lot of people are awake and like to make noises in the daytime, so you know that that's just how the cookie crumbles. Have you ever been to Ireland? If so, would you ever do a video describing your trip? Thank you for the great content consistently provided to us subs. Smiley face. Thank you so much. No, I have not been to Ireland, but I would love to. And if I go there, I will definitely make a video at a minimum describing my trip. Hopefully I can even make a video while there for you guys, because I love doing that too, like I would do, you know, in Yosemite and Canada and things like that. So I would love to visit Ireland. I heard how beautiful like it is scenery wise, and that it's almost similar, the style of trip, to New Zealand, where New Zealand's also a lot of scenery and a lot of beauty. What is your biggest achievement so far in life? Oh, we're getting deep here. That is a deep question. Biggest achievement. Does my YouTube channel count? Because I really do love this channel, and I honestly, it felt really good to build it up and build a community with you guys. was valedictorian in my university, so that's kind of cool, right? Are you engaged? No, I am not engaged, and this question I thought was interesting because I feel like normally you would ask, are you in a relationship? But you just kind of went straight for the engagement. I am not engaged, but I am in a relationship. Yeah, that's all I'll say about that. What is your zodiac sign? I am a Taurus. Taurus. And what is your dream job? I mean, I honestly, it has been, I know it sounds cheesy, but it has been a bit of a dream to create this YouTube channel. So I think, like, I don't know, we'll see where this goes. It would be really awesome to do it full time. But, other dream job wise, I love performing, I love entertaining and making people laugh. So, you know, any job where I get to do that consistently, I think would be a dream for sure. What are some of your favorite ASMR triggers? Well, I really like ear-to-ear whispering. I like it because it's relaxing, but also is a little bit tingly. And at the beginning, I didn't care much for visual triggers, but as I started watching it more, I started really getting into them. So I really like, you know, kind of like face touching, personal attention videos. I like a lot of tapping as well, and sometimes I like mic scratching. And I like videos where it's relaxing, but I also learn something too to keep it interesting. That's probably why roleplay videos can be pretty popular as well. I didn't expect to, but I really like videos of people brushing other people's hair. Like, it's Blitz, ASMR Blitz. She does amazing videos with that. Yeah. What's your favorite trigger lately? I'd say lately, light triggers with like a little flashlight. I can see if I can demo. This isn't the best flashlight to demonstrate, but I think like following the light triggers. I like. Yeah. I like this question. What do you think is the safest way for animal control to catch a big bear on the loose in the neighborhood? What are you currently going through this issue? I would say give the bear some stand-up comedy. Unless you think he can't bear it. Get it? Okay. Yeah, otherwise food, give him a safe sleeping pill, of course, so that way, like, he goes a little sleep, and then you can just pick him up, put him in a little truck, drive him off to his little Winnie the Pooh hub, and there you go. Okay, what are your goals for your YouTube channel? Excellent question. I would love to keep growing and building the community. At some point, I would love to travel more and be able to make videos on my travels, so that way I could kind of have more videos and more experiences to talk about with you, and maybe even some more engagement videos with my subscribers. That would be really fun. It would be really cool also to get to a point where if I'm traveling consistently enough that I could like meet subscribers or meet other people along the way. Kind of like how musicians go on tour. It'll be like ASMR YouTuber goes on tour, you know, to a country near you. So, yeah, I don't know. That could be fun if that ever comes to fruition. But overall, you know, my biggest thing with YouTube is just have fun and, you know, do content that I think would be entertaining but also fun to make. When you go on trips, is it for work or just for fun? Yeah, I would love it if my work sent me on trips, but no, the trips I go on is purely for fun. But actually, it's probably better that way anyways, because traveling isn't as fun if work's on the mind. Although you could argue that whenever I film for my YouTube channel, that's like doing some work. But it's also fun, so yeah, traveling is that I do is pretty much just for fun. Who are your favorite ASMR artists? This is a really tough one because I follow a lot of ASMR creators, and a lot of them are amazing, especially the ones that I've already collabed with. So let's just say that's already a given of they're in that group. But aside from that group, I would say Nameless Nomad ASMR, Goodnight Moon, Atmosphere. She is awesome. Of course, there's the obvious GB and ASMR Glow. Also, the ASMR Ryan and Busy Bee are amazing. I'm sure I'm missing a bunch. But yeah, that's like a good little taste of the type of ASMR YouTubers I follow. Another person asks, who are your favorite YouTubers? Which I assume are the non-ASMR ones. And so for that, I really like Julie Nolke and Greenoff. They're both comedian, like, YouTubers, so they do really funny bits. Who else I really like currently? Hannah. And she does a lot of videos about Japan because she lives in Japan and speaks some Japanese and about the culture and customs and stuff. Oh, and of course, Jubilee. Jubilee, great YouTube channel as well. What initially got you into traveling? I'm a big travel buff myself, but it didn't set in until I studied abroad. How did your travel journey begin? First of all, shout out to you for studying abroad. That's amazing. I encourage anyone who has that opportunity to take it. I personally did not study abroad, but I did work abroad for a couple months, and that was amazing. My travel journey began when I was actually a kid because I've been fortunate friends who traveled and took me on their travels. So I think because I got to go on trips with my family since I was younger, I like already had the bug in me since I was a kid. And as I started to get older, I wanted to be able to do more trips and more independent trips and trips with my friends and things like that. And I found ways to do it within a good budget and everything. So, yeah, I just got hooked from an early age. And, like, honestly, it's one of my favorite things to do. When I was on trips when I was younger, I would meet people from different countries and befriend them because I was just very much a social butterfly. So I think I just was really, really interested in the other cultures even from that kind of young age, because I would learn how different things were from others' perspectives and how they lived life, and I just always found that so interesting. Okay, this is the last question. Would you ever make a non-ASMR channel? Maybe a vlog channel that focuses on different interests like traveling and beer? Yeah, I think it's definitely a possibility that I could do that someday. I think if I did do a non-ASMR channel, it would be traveling, but because I haven't been traveling as much, since COVID, then I just didn't feel like I had sufficient content for that. Also, it is a bit difficult to juggle with a job and such, so we'll see. Like, definitely am open